Hi, boys and girls. It's Michelee, and we are here today on this beautiful day to talk about understanding and to do some yoga and to have a really nice time. This is Margaret Mead, and it's called The Value of Understanding. I just want to tell you a little bit about her. She was born December 16th, 1901 in Philadelphia, PA, right in our state. Her father was a professor and her mother was a social scientist. She was encouraged from an early age to learn. She was one of the first women to go and study primitive societies. She visited many countries and lived among the tribes. She learned their habits and how to speak their language. She wrote 24 books and also worked at the Museum of Natural History in New York City. She worked hard all of her life. She married Gregory Bateman and they had a daughter. He was a writer too. He wrote about things his daughter said. Margaret wanted to understand more about people and to help others. She was awarded many national and international honors and is probably the world's most famous anthropologist. That's people who study the past. And she died in 1978, but she had many adventures and many things. And she learned her whole life. So as we go through today and do our kids yoga, we want to think about how we can keep learning and the things that we can keep doing to keep life an adventure. So let's all go to our mats. And let's begin this beautiful day by standing tall and standing strong with our feet shoulder length apart. Taking a nice deep breath and gather up a whole lot of air. Reach up to the sky, stretch. And then let's do a nice little back bend. Oh yeah. And then I want you to bring your hands down to your back and put it right there on your back. And we're going to bend back again and look up to the sky. Bring our elbows together, open up our chests. Taking a nice deep breath. And relax down. Remember, we breathe through our nose, we lift up our rib cage, and then we let the air out through our nose. And sometimes we breathe through our mouth, but I'll tell you when we do that, okay? So take another deep breath in to the sky, and this time let's fold down in half and reach towards our toes and come up into a half monkey and fold again and bring our head towards our knees. Let's take a leg back. We're going to do both of them, so it doesn't matter which one. So take a leg back and stretch it down through the heel, all the way through, a nice beautiful stretch. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. Take it back. Press down through the heel and stretch it. And we're going to bring it back. And we're going to do that again. Take it down through the heel and press. And we're going to do it again. Take it down through the heel and press. We're going to bring our feet together and rise up with a nice deep breath and bring our hands into heart center. Taking a deep breath in through our nose and back out. Let's have a seat. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair and reach out with your fingertips. Let's bring our toes and our ankles together and our knees, and maybe sit down a little farther. Taking in a nice deep breath, let's do something called sipping bird. So we're going to go up onto our toes and press our hands back and look over like we're looking over the edge of something. And we're going to sit back and we're going to sit in that chair again. And we're going to press back and go up on our toes like we're looking over. And then we're going to sit back again. We're going to press back, look up over our toes, hold, press our hands back, take a nice deep breath through our nose, sit back, and stretch forward. Taking a deep breath, come up to the sky, stretch, and bring our arms down to our side. Open up our hands to the front and open up our feet, shoulder length apart. Mountain pose, taking a nice deep breath, and then release the breath all the way out. So let's take a deep breath again and reach to the sky and come on down and fold and half monkey and down, and let's add to it. Take it back and hold, take it back and hold. Lift up your hips, spread your fingers wide, press down towards your heels and bring your ears by your elbows. We're going to walk this downward dog. Bring in a knee, bring in a knee, bring in a knee, bring in a knee. Breathe through your nose, release the breath, another deep breath in, and release the breath. And now let's come down onto our knees. There we are, right onto our knees on all fours. Our fingers are spread wide. Our knees are shoulder length, our hips are facing down, our back is neutral. That means it's as straight as it can be without really forcing it. And now let's move into cow, lifting our tail and our head, making a U shape out of our back. And then let's pull up into cat, pulling our navel up with us. Let's move down into cow and hold. And let's pull up into cat and hold. And let's move down into cow and hold. And let's pull back up into cat and hold. Let's make our back neutral. Taking a nice deep breath and a nice neutral back. And then let's walk our hands back to our knees. Let's come up onto our knees and take a deep breath to the sky, reaching up and stretching back again, breathing in and bringing our arms down to our side. Let's reach up with one hand, and then let's grab the back of our heel with the other and reach back and look over our shoulder. Taking a nice deep breath. And let's pull forward and reach. Take the other hand up, reach. Turn our head, come on back. Reach up again and bring everything down into tabletop. Taking a nice deep breath, let's stretch out our hips. So let's take our knee and bring it up by our wrist and take that other leg all the way back. Really stretch it. Okay? This is called pigeon. So we're going to really press back through that leg. We're really going to press down through the front. And then when you're ready, you can come down onto your forearms. Take a nice deep breath. And you can even make a pillow out of your hands and come down. Just breathe in and breathe out. And when you're ready, come back up. Take a nice deep breath. Hold. And then press down onto your hands. Bring your knee back. And we're back into that tabletop. So now we're going to do the other side. Bring your knee up past your wrist. Your heel is in and you're going to slide the other leg all the way back. All the way back, pressing through. Taking a nice deep breath in and releasing that breath out. And then maybe go down to your forearms. Really feel that stretch through your hip, all through here. And that back leg is moving back. And then let's go down all the way if we can. Breathing in, breathing out. And coming back up. Bring the knee in, walking the hands back, Taking a deep breath in, reaching up, and bringing your hands to heart center. Taking a nice deep breath of that fresh air, and then let it all go out. Okay, so let's come around and let's bring our legs in front of us. Okay, sit up nice and tall, like somebody's pulling a string up. Your feet are in front of you. You're going to take a nice deep breath, and we're going to do another hip opener. And this one is going to bring in your leg above your knee and press down gently. We're going to take our fingers to the side, and then we're going to lift up, and we're going to reach down towards our toes for half stack. Elongate your neck. Try to press your knee down into the mat. Lifting back up and bringing it down. Take the other leg down. Bring the other leg up. Press down gently. Take a nice deep breath. Reach to the side. And come on down. And stretch. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing it out. Coming up, lifting to the sky and bringing it down. Let's take both feet and make a big diamond out of our legs. Sitting up tall, let's take our hands and come down to our toes and our elbows are in. Oh yeah, we're just going to open up our backs. Kind of like a child's pose from the front. So taking a nice deep breath. And then we're going to bring those heels in and hold, and we're going to do a butterfly. So let's flap our wings a little bit. Just kind of opening up, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Again, a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And while we're here, why not rock the baby? So in order to rock the baby, we're going to take one leg out. We're going to take our foot, grab our foot, and then wrap our arm around our knee. We're going to sit up tall, and we're just going to rock that leg, just like we're rocking a little baby. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay. Of course, we're going to do the other side. So bring in that leg, grab that foot, wrap your arm around your knee, and bring it as close into you as you can. And then let's rock it back and forth. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Let's take both legs down in front of us. Sitting up tall is point both toes, and then let's flex our feet. And let's point both toes, and I want you to look at all the muscles and how they work in your legs as you do this. Point your toes and flex your feet, and we're going to do two more. Point your toes and flex your feet, and one more. Point your toes and flex your feet. And then take your arms out in front of you and press like you're pressing against a wall. Take your fingers and pull back just a little. Oh yeah, feel your wrists work there. Now take your hand down and bring it in there too. Press it in. Take the other hand up. Press like you're pressing against a wall. Grab your fingers and pull back. With a nice deep breath, take it down and pull in. And now take both of your wrists out and roll them around. Just roll them around. The other way, roll them around. Okay, so next we're going to build a bridge because Margaret Mead, as I told you, was a bridge builder. She built bridges between people. and studying people and helping them build bridges. So let's build our own bridge today. Bring your feet in, bring yourself down towards the mat, bring your heels in, tickle the backs of your heels with your fingers if you can. Press into your feet and rise up with your hips. Take them up to the sky, nice and high, so that the weight is on your shoulders and is pressing into all parts of your feet. Take your hands up to the sky and reach upward. Take your hands down by your side and lower back down. Let's do that again. Press down into all parts of your feet as you lift up your hips. Raise your hands up to the sky. Take your arms back down and take yourself back down. And remember, you're breathing through this whole thing. So let's take a nice deep breath as we rise up and then pull back and we'll pull, release the breath. Another deep inhalation and release the breath all the way out as you take your body down. Let's bring our knees into our chest and press our back down into the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And now we're going to stretch our legs. So put a hand inside your knee and a hand outside your ankle. And we're going to take a leg across and really stretch it out as we bring that knee in. And we're going to switch it out. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to switch it out. We're going to breathe in. We're going to switch it out. And we're going to breathe in. And we're going to switch it out. And we're going to bring both knees in and press our back down into the mat. Wiggle our toes and take a nice deep breath through our nose. And gather from behind our knees and roll ourselves up to the front of our mats. Taking a nice deep breath. And release that breath. Calm your body. Taking another deep breath in. And then release the breath all the way out through your nose. And then let's bring our knees around. And place our hands back down. We're back into tabletop. This time we're going to do a spinal stretch. So we're going to take our right foot out, press through our toes, and lift our heel, and reach out with that left hand. Our ears should be by our bicep. We're pressing through our heel and reaching with our fingers, stretching our spine, and bring that back. We're going to take out the other foot, press through our toes, lift up behind us, reach out in front of us. Breathe in deeply and breathe out as we bring it back in. From here, we're going to go back into a downward facing dog. So tuck your toes back, press into them, rise up, bring your ears back, make sure your hips are square to your mat and your fingers are wide open. Walk the dog again, knee inhale down, 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 knee inhale down. Rise up on those toes, and now we're going to do a crunch. So we're going to bend down. And then we're going to lift the right leg up. We're going to bring it down. We're going to crouch down and bring it up. Crouching dog. We're going to crouch down and take up the other leg and press through our heel. We're going to crouch down, lift up and press. One more time. Crouch down on both sides. Press and crouch down. And press. Come down to our knees, put our toes together, take it all the way back into a child's pose. Walk your fingers out, stretch your spine. Take a nice deep breath through your nose and release it all the way out through your nose. Another deep breath in and release. We're going to come up into tabletop. We are going to do now what's called dolphin. So a forearm goes down, a forearm goes down, a leg comes under, a leg comes under, and we come on up. Our head is by our hands. We're pressing into our forearms, and we're going to walk our dolphin. Knee in, heel down, knee in, heel down, knee in, heel down, knee in, heel down. A lot of walking today. And down and up on the toes and press back to the heels. Down to your knees. Walk your hands back. Taking a nice deep breath to the sky. And release the breath out as you come down. Okay, let's do more. All right. Next one, we're going to press down, we're going to press back, go into that downward facing dog one more time today. With our hips raised up, our ears by our elbows, up we go. And this time we're going to do a three-legged dog. The leg comes up, press through your heel, keep your hips square to your mat, and take your heel back. And press your heel down by your buttocks. Lift back up, press, and bring it down. Down to your knees, toes together, press back, child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Pop up, press back to the big bones, up we go, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, press it out. Put your heel in, open up your hips, but keep your hips square to your mat. Take it a nice deep breath. Press it up, bring it down, take it down, toes together, back into child's pose. Walk your fingers out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come back up, walk your hands back, press onto your toes and press your heels down. Circle sweep up and bring your hands down into heart center. Okay, let's try something else today, and that's going to be the eagle pose. Now we're going to do the eagle pose slow. We're going to take it a little bit at a time. So I'm going to face the front on this one. What I'd like you to do is take your heel and put it to the side of there and just feel what that feels like to be balanced. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take that leg around and we're going to wrap it around, but we're going to put it down over onto the other side. Okay, so this leg underneath is stable. This leg is pressing down into our toes. We're going to take a nice deep breath, bring our hands up, and bring them down. Now, this right leg is over the left leg. So we're going to put the right arm under the left. And we're going to wrap it around like a little snake. There you go. And then we're going to press our hands up to the sky and try to keep those elbows up near our shoulders. So here we are, and this is a modified eagle pose. Now, if you want to get fancy on me, you can bring that leg up and wrap it around and stand on one leg. So you can do that for your eagle pose. But if you're just learning, this is a good way to start. And we can sit back into an eagle. We can do a lot of things with the eagle. We can turn it into an elephant. We can take it down to our knees and then bring it all the way up and throw water over our head. So we just turned the eagle into an elephant. Let's try that again. Take a nice deep breath, bring it down. And then take it up and throw that water over our backs. So we combine an eagle and an elephant. Let's do that on the other side. So we're going to begin just by stabilizing ourselves. standing tall, putting our weight on this leg, and then taking that leg and wrapping it around. And like I said, you can wrap it around and stand on one leg if you want, or you can put that leg down if you need that help. And now, since our left leg is over our right, we're going to take our left arm under, our right arm over, and it should be wrapped differently this time. And we're going to stand tall, stand strong. Like I said, you can bring that leg up, wrap it around if you want for your eagle, taking a nice deep breath in, or we can turn it into an elephant, and we take it down, tucking down to our knees, hitting the water, and then bringing it up and putting it over our head. We can take it down, get the water, and bring it up and take it over our heads. Oh, and reach up and stretch those arms out and bring that leg down. Take a nice deep breath and release that breath as you come down. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back. Bring those shoulders up to your ears and roll them back. Okay, let's go up to the front of our mats again. And we're going to finish up today with a nice little sun salutation. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. So we're going to stand to the front of our mats, and these are modified, so do them as you want, best you can. Reach up to the sky. Let's swan dive down. Let's come up into half monkey. Lift your chin, flatten your back, come back down. Take your right leg back into a big lunge. Now we're going to change this a little bit because we're going to turn in, and you're all going to bring your chest to your inside of your thigh. And spread your fingers wide and look up to the sky. Press your heel back down into the mat behind you. Bring it down. We're going to take both legs back. We're into downward facing dog. We're going to take that dog down into a plank. We're going to press down and lower down to our mats. From here, you can either do crocodile up a little bit. You can do baby cobra. Or you can press down and come up. Always keep a little bend in your elbows. Wherever you want to take your back today, you take it. And then bring it back down. We're going to put our hands underneath. We're going to push up into tabletop. We're going to put our toes under, come back up into a downward facing dog. We're going to bring up the right leg, bring up the left leg, come up into half monkey, fold down, come up, and bring our hands into heart center. Let's try that on the other side. Like I said, this is a modified sun salutation. Take a nice deep breath up. Let's dive down, fold, come up into half monkey, fold again. This time the left leg goes back. A nice long lunge. We turn in, we lift up, spread our fingers, take a nice deep breath in and hold. Look up at the sky, bring it down, take the other leg back. Downward facing dog. Take a leg back, leg back. You can do this from your knees too if you want. I'm going to show you how to do it. You can either do it up in a high plank or take it down into your knees to your forearms and take your legs back. You can do that too if that's too hard to do a plank. Okay, so we're down here. We're going to come up into crocodile or cobra. Pressing down, holding if you want, working your back, and bringing it back down. We're going to slide our toes under, slide our hands under. We're going to press back up into downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep breath in. And we're going to walk our hands back this time. Come on up and bring our hands into heart center. Walk up to the front of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Come on down. Fold. Half monkey. Down. Leg back. Leg back. Knees down. Walk your hands back. We're in hero. Hero. So we're sitting on our legs. Our hands are to our side. We're going to lift up to the sky and bring our hands to heart center. You're going to bring yourself around and put your heels to either side of the mat. And now walk your hands back and final relaxation. Your palms go up, your eyes close, and we take nice deep breaths in through our nose. And we let our body melt into our mat like it's butter. You let everything go. Take another deep breath through your nose. And now, this time out through your mouth. Let's do that again. Another deep breath through your nose. And a long breath out through your mouth. And now just relax and breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. It is so important that we learn how to relax. So, like what I want you to do now, and when you have time, you can take as long as you want to relax. But now we're going to bring ourselves into baby pose. And we turn ourselves on our side. We bring our knees in, and we just hold this baby pose. Our heart is to the earth. And we begin to awaken all parts of our body and bring it up. We're going to cross our legs and sit into easy seated pose. Thank you for coming and practicing with me today. Let's take our fingers. Let's bury anything that's not good in our bodies. Get rid of it, press it down, get rid of it all. Because each time we do this, it's a new beginning. So gather up. Find some joy and bring it into your heart. Namaste. Thanks for coming and learning about Margaret Mead today and the art and the value of understanding.